Good morning, everybody. Let's see what goodies they have for us today. The early bird is getting the worm today. So luckily we solved the mystery the other day about the fact that not everybody in this parking lot is a Scientologist. And that's really good news because there are more cars in this parking lot than there are Scientologists in a 30-mile radius, probably. And I'm not talking Sea Org or anything like that, but just regular paying Scientologists. A very rare thing these days. So let's check in on the People's Republic of North Korea satellite office. Good morning, Lily. Yeah, people from the hospital do park here. I confirmed that the other day because, you know, every time I would come by here and I would see all these people here, all these cars here, actually, not people, I would think, what the hell? There can't be that much activity going on at Scientology. And I did know that a lot of other Scientology locations would allow people to park on their lots to make it look like something's going on when really nothing is going on. So they would allow the local businesses, hospitals, whatever, to park on their lot. And then anybody that comes by is tricked into thinking that there's actually activity going on at Scientology. I wonder if they do charge them. I mean, in a way, I don't want to get the nurses in trouble, you know, because I do feel bad. Like, I'm going to ask them off camera at some point, because I don't want to really out the nurses that are getting free parking, because that would suck if they had to walk a long ways because I messed up their sweet deal with Scientology. So yeah, I wonder if they charge. But, you know, I was looking at one car that did pull up that was a nurse, and I couldn't see anything that would indicate that they had, yeah, really, don't do it, that would indicate that they really, you know, have like a sticker or something that they can kind of prove that they belong there. Hey, Chichichana. Yeah, maybe they need something, but you know, I mean, I'm not going to go into the parking lot and start looking on people's dashboards, but I am curious because, you know, their warning to people like us is really, looks really dire. You know, they're very, you know, there's a lot of official notice action going on here with this. So, yeah, you know, how many parking lots have 3 different ways of telling you, be careful? Well, the bottom one is about where to park if you have a big oversized, but I mean, this would fit any oversized that I could think of. This would fit a huge 18-wheeler. It wouldn't be a problem. Barking at people, yeah. That's, oh, fake calls. What did I miss? Oh, the fake calls of cops and stuff. Yeah. I saw that last night. They keep calling the cops, fire department, whatever. And I believe it was that house right across there. Which made me think from that live stream that Scientology maybe hasn't occupied all those buildings across the street. Oh, yeah, that might not be a good idea to bark at a dog. You could definitely be inciting that dog for sure. But I didn't see that one. But yeah, you know, the thing that we have to understand is that they believe that they have these amazing tools for crushing suppression. And this is suppression. What you're viewing and listening to right now, this is the suppression. And so, according to their lore, according to their mythology, they have the ability to deal with this kind of suppression. They smash it. They confront suppression. And then the suppression comes by and they end up in the lamest thing you've ever heard of. And stuff that they've been doing for years. So the latest, one of the latest things was the copyright strikes, where the other night when they were having an event at the Valley Org in North Hollywood, they were playing a lame Scientology song over and over on a loop, and then did copyright strikes to try to take down my colleagues. And it's probably almost 100% not going to work. And it just shows the desperation level. Oh, we have a new level of curtain tech. Nice. That's a really annoying song, totally. I mean, it's not like Scientology's creating a lot of amazing art out there in the world. That's definitely not happening. But they are good at taping up construction paper to windows so that nobody can look at them and amplify their shame. Because it's become very shameful to be a member of this cult. They can't really BS their way out of their shame anymore because everybody knows the deal, and it's we see the same thing in the Chinese communists with the Dr. Boogie Woogie, or whatever his name was, in England, where this effort to shut down fun, free expression, freedom of speech is so counterproductive. You know, in China, the in China, you cannot have any Winnie the Pooh anything because people think, Winnie the Pooh looks like the Chinese dictator. And so you're making fun of the dear leader if you have a Winnie the Pooh thing. And so that Dr. Boogie Woogie guy went back to that same piano where he had the altercation with the young Chinese communists, and he went there with like 3 different Winnie the Poohs. And so he was just, holding one Winnie the Pooh in one hand and playing piano with the other hand. Crowds are forming, huge amounts of publicity because, there we go. DOA in the house. I like the way he's parked up. That van straight ahead. Scientology is a cult. Broadcasting right there. Nice. That's what we like. But, every time these authoritarians try to crack down on freedom, they look bad. And what I was seeing this morning was that most people actually in China were agreeing with Dr. Boogie Woogie. They were thinking that those Communist Party members were out of line and expressing it on Chinese state-controlled social media. So that's an interesting development, and it's really interesting to me how it mirrors this whole Scientology saga, because it's the same energy. It's like you have this one group that, right? Chichichana, no mistake? Yeah, and this is what I've been saying. There's a movement of awakening of humanity, and there are people who want that awakening, and there are people who are scared to death of that awakening. They are very threatened. Usually these people are highly insecure, and they're authoritarian types. Certain authoritarian types, they crave order. They crave predictability. They don't like not knowing exactly what's going to happen. And, if you have a system like Scientology where there's a schedule, there's a hierarchy, there are procedures, it's like the military, certain people like the military for the structure that it gives them, because maybe deep down, they're insecure or they're mentally ill or whatever. They need some kind of structure. Right, they schedule the free will out of you. And one thing they do in Scientology is they keep you busy. They keep you jumping from one thing to the other, jumping through hoops. And it's kind of like you never have time to sit down and reflect. And they don't want you to sit down and reflect. They want you to just be really nervous, going from one thing to the other, being afraid of getting in trouble, and, kind of in this freaked out position where you don't know what's happening and you're afraid, and you're looking for reassurance from the people who are above you. And the only way you get that reassurance is doing what they want and giving them no sass. And even then, they don't give you the full reassurance. They just give you a little bit of a reprieve. Yeah, we are. And it's kind of like the thing of like you squeeze a balloon, at one end and it gets bigger at the other end. It's like if you squeeze all the freedom out of Scientologists, then you just create these people that are like completely dedicated to that freedom, right? What you resist persists. And so if you're resisting freedom, you're actually only limiting the freedom in your area, but then you're squeezing it all out to a different area. And then the freedom comes back to remind you about freedom. And then when you resist it again, you go through the loop. So when Anonymous started protesting against Scientology, they would be yeah, he beats his staff more when they resist, that's for sure. So hey, I want to thank my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. But I want to thank my subscribers because this morning I woke up to, any chance, someone, sorry, it faded out before I could read the whole thing. This morning I woke up to the fact that I had been monetized. So happy day, well, like slightly monetized, the first level. But thanks for all of you guys getting me to that point in around a month. That's very fast, and I owe it to you guys, so thank you so much. I went from 0 to right. Yeah, I don't know about the whole fire rule thing. But one thing I do know is that Scientology doesn't follow the rules. And you are the OGs. Yes, that is correct. Scientology see themselves as above the law. And they see there's the Scientology world, and then and then there's the WOG world. And the WOG world is everybody that's not a Scientologist, which means basically everybody in the world except for 25,000 people. Yeah, the WOG world kind of outnumbers you guys. So anyway, Aaron, well, his email is on his YouTube channel. Good luck getting through to him. I believe it's growingupinscientology@gmail.com, but don't quote me on that. No, I know it's offensive in England, and I understand that that's a bad word there, but it is a word that they use. So, I'm not trying to offend any English people, but I'm saying that's the way they look at the outside world. And they picked that kind of word. Yeah, I get it. Okay. It's like, for us, it's like bloody as a curse word is kind of like, it doesn't sink in why bloody is such a, I mean, I know it's a mild one, but when I hear it referred to as like a bad word in some English movie or whatever, I mean, it's usually kids or something, but yeah, Elron is the one that instituted that word, and he probably got it in England in less politically correct days, absolutely. But But bloody as a bad word just makes no sense in American ears. And I've lived in England, and I just still don't see the problem. It just doesn't. It doesn't compute that this should be considered a bad word in any way. Wog, I understand there's like a racial connotation from the colonial days and whatever. But I still, I don't have that feeling of like what it feels like to you guys. I can't really relate. But thank you for the correction. And yes, I did say it again. I don't know. I mean, is it like on the level of N-word and bleeding? Yeah, that's exactly, Gigi Jana. That's funny. Yeah, bleeding. It's like, I don't know. Those words just have no resonance for most of us. It's a step down from the N-word. Okay. And yeah, Fanny, and yeah, I get that one. Why fanny pack is very funny in British ears. I get it. I mean, I lived with the Cockneys like many decades ago, and I was able to understand the hardcore East London accents. Okay, a visceral response. Okay. No, thank you for telling me that. I mean, yeah, it's it's not something that I need to use. It's just, it's like quoting them is really what it's all about. But you're a Cockney? Yeah, man, I love that accent. I lived in Stoke Newington, Hackney, for a while in the 80s. Yeah, I saw some interesting stuff. As my friend used to say, you need a degree in crime to live in my neighborhood. And it was me old China. That must be some shortening of a rhyming slang that I don't know, I guess. It has been since the 80s, so anyway, when it comes to obeying the laws, Scientology's not really that interested in that concept. They will use the legal system against SPs, absolutely. China, yeah, I have heard that one. Yeah, I have. That's what I love about the rhyming slang, that it reduces down to the first word, and that makes it pretty damn indecipherable if you don't know the deal. But, as a Californian being in London, and actually back then knowing what people talked about, when I came back to the States and EastEnders was on just outside London, cool. When I saw American people watching EastEnders and being like, oh, I love this show, and I'm like, there is no way you understand this. Like, I understand it because I lived there, but, a lot of Americans, I can't believe that you actually understand this. But maybe they did. Not so East End? Well, I was pretty East End where I was. Not all the way. I wasn't within the range of the bells. So anyway, a beautiful sunny North Korean morning. Not a Scientologist to be seen. Oh, there's one entering the other building. And so the Hollywood Testing Center, here we go, an Oregonian with a Range Rover. Yay! Do we have barricades? Hello, everybody. Do we have somebody running away in shame? See the control system? Everything has to be blocked. Quick getaway tech. Yeah, well, not quick to get in a parking spot. Like the other day I was hearing somebody's trying to get in and they had to wait for somebody to allow them into the parking lot. Hello? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, because I'm trying to balance out all these youngsters out here that have more energy to be out here at 1 a.m. and stuff, and definitely get in more contact with police and all that exciting stuff. But I want to give the backstory, the analysis, and think about psychological implications, stuff like that. Thank you very much. Matlock? I didn't really watch a lot of Matlock, but maybe I'm something like that. I don't know. Yeah, it is funny when he does that. It's really funny how Aaron at first was like, oh, I couldn't go out and do that. I couldn't go out and do that protesting and all that. And then within a week, there's somebody texting and driving. Not cool. And within a week, he was out protesting in Clearwater. And the thing is that's so funny is that Clearwater, where he goes around, where it's a ghost town, and right here, these are the two meccas of Scientology. No offense to Muslims, because who wants to be linked with Scientology? What was the Chicago video? It was like, it was an attack or something, I think I saw a bit of it, not the full thing. Yeah, that's true. Nobody is calling the police. Well, because they do have Mark Bunker on the city council there. So if they start abusing the police in Clearwater the way they do here, it's going to be in front of the city council every meeting and go on the record and all of that. Okay, so it wasn't like that in between 77 and 97. How busy was it then? Like if we were standing here at, whatever it is now, 9:30 in the morning or whatever, I can't see the time. Would there be like a lot of people walking around back then? Would it be a whole different vibe? I mean, that's the thing with Scientology. You can't fake having a lot of people. I mean, they have had things where they had open calls for extras, like they were hiring for a movie. Yeah, I'm subscribed to everybody that comes on the scene. I subscribe to them right away. I'm very excited about snuffing out the Austin org while it's still in the crib to be, maybe a little graphic about things. About 50 an hour. Yeah. Now it's about 50 a day, maybe. But in Austin, and I'm forgetting her name. I just subscribed to her today. The woman that was on with Aaron, and she shut down the recruiting table at the Austin org, which isn't even open yet. It's not even fully open. Sheriffs not giving me any love. Pearl Snappy, thank you. Yeah, everybody subscribe to Pearl Snappy as well, because her efforts, and if you're in the Austin area, and somebody needs to reach out to all those comedians, if you're in the Austin area, you need to go to Kill Tony, the show Kill Tony, which was where people are all hanging out in the alley. Comedians, wannabe comedians, they hang out in the alley. Yeah, I know he was here. I saw his van. Someone chased him. Oh yeah, the college students in Austin definitely have seen us here. But the thing is, Austin now is like a hub for comedy. And the Kill Tony show, people, they pull names out of a hat, and then wannabe comedians can go on stage for 1 minute. And so all the people who put their name in the hat, or a lot of them, are in the alley behind the comedy mothership. And they're waiting for their names to be picked. So in that alley, apparently, it's a whole scene back there. And if Pearl Snappy or any Austin people go back there, that would be a place to recruit people for this in Austin, because those people, aspiring comedians, they would love this. Interesting. Yeah. That's the thing. Scientology was hopping in the 60s, the 70s, 80s. When L. Ron Hubbard first started out, it's my understanding. Yeah, Monica, it's great, isn't it? The great thing with Kill Tony, okay, 200 crew, okay. And that's not counting like the paying customers, I assume. So anyway, recruiting from the Kill Tony show, from the alley behind or whatever. Oh, there's way more SPs than Scientologists. And not every SP comes out here. And we're all a little nervous to do it at first. But then at a certain point, you're like, okay, forget it, whatever. Like, they would come on trolling and making veiled threats and whatever. Like, we're watching you. Yeah, Tom. Yeah, Tom needs to really explain. Tom and Dave need to really 2,000 public a week, okay? AOLA, which is right here, 2,000 people a week. And now it's a ghost town with all the windows covered and no visible sign of life. They're not even cranking the music. No humans, no music. No visible signs of the usual incels in their fake Navy uniforms. Why is it that every religion, especially cults, want to control their members' sexuality? What is that fetish? What is that need to control these things? Well, it's 9 or 10. I don't know. I can't see the time when I'm live streaming. I probably can, but I don't know how to work the buttons. so I can't. And I'm, a slow learner on certain things. 6 p.m. in the UK, that would make it 9. That would make it 10 here. Yeah, it's 8 hours difference between here and the UK. Going to get some Scientology? Wasn't that dude in Cocoon? Wilford Brimley or whatever? Oh, yeah. I mean, Orthodox everything tries to control it. Fundamental Christianity. Thank you, Brianna. Oh, is that the E-meter briefcase? Oh my God. Check him out. Man, he's on security detail. Is that an E-meter, sir? Sir, is that an E-meter? Oh my God. I can't believe a real E-meter. The solution to all of mankind's woes. I feel honored just to be in the vicinity of a traveling E-meter. Oh my God. I had no idea the implications of this awesomeness. Go into your hotel, sir. It's time to take your nap. Nappy, nappy. Ah, that's why. Thank you guys for... I'm trying to give you guys some inside information, and you guys give me even more. So the circle of learning continues. Awesome. Yeah, you want to be sessionable on that E-meter that you're lugging around all day. Goober ass mofo. Yeah, that guy should be metal detecting in his old age with that big old Wilford Brimley mustache. Yeah, exactly. Haven't you made it up the bridge? He's probably solo auditing OT 5 or 6 or whatever, finding those body thetans. And I believe there's a system where you hold both cans in one hand, and you deal with you telepathically tell your body thetans to leave you. Be gone with you, body thetans. Free body thetans. Free body thetans. Come on out and get your free body thetan. I'm a thetan, you're a thetan, but don't we all need some body thetans just to round things out? I love me some body thetans. So the first level of shame was Chichichana, dirty-minded girl, always coming up with little scenarios. Yeah, I wonder what the rules are for setting up a sidewalk little thingy here. I mean, I got to research that. I got to research, can I set up a little booth? Can I put up a lemonade stand and maybe sell lemonade that specifically rids the body of its body thetans? Or maybe some of these people miss their body thetans and I can help them get it back. Yeah, thetan away spray. That'd be good. Put a couple drops of some essential oil into some water and a little spray thing. Wouldn't you like to be a thetan too? Yep, exactly. Of course. But we are all thetans. Prepackaged stuff, yeah. Anti-Kool-Aid, yes! Okay, what would be a very clever way, a word that would be like the opposite of Kool-Aid, clear spray. Oh yeah, clear spray. Yeah. Definitely unscented. Thetan life matter. Well, we gotta differentiate between the thetans and the body thetans. We don't want people getting confused between the two, because every Scientologist knows about thetans. They are a thetan. Xenu stickers. Well, what I want to do is a star for Xenu on Hollywood Boulevard. BS in a can. Yeah, Xenu stickers would be good. Yeah, I want a Xenu star on Hollywood Boulevard, right in front of that testing center. We'll have a ceremony. We'll do the whole thing. Kool-Aid Narcan. Yeah, that's a good idea. The funny thing is, just trying to get into their mind, L. Ron Hubbard mask, yep, absolutely. Trying to get in the mind of these people, like right now, when they don't even think it's a cult. Like, imagine that you're in this. You see it dwindling. You see the scams. You see the abuse. You see the people who are coming out to protest. Well, he said Xenu, but it could be spelled Zemu, and yeah. So, he left some ambiguity there. Well, Peter, you just got to get your tax exemption from the IRS, and then, everything's a religion if you say it is, but that doesn't mean it's tax exempt. You got to get your IRS stuff. Xenu flavor of barley water. Yeah, barley water. Nice. Body thetans for free. Come and get your free body thetan. No, most of them don't have enough money to know about Xenu or Zemu. No, they can't afford Xenu. The yellow sign on the door, please do not enter. It's almost like a biohazard sign. But yeah, do not enter if you're sick, get the receptionist's attention. I thought Scientology was more on the anti-vax side, but I've not seen anybody these days so paranoid about COVID as Scientology. Now, most of the mask wearing is just out of shame to prevent people from knowing their identity. It's hostage preservation technology. So, they're not all wearing masks because of COVID, definitely. And you can tell with the different people. But they also have that there, any buyer's remorse, if you heard about Xenu. Yeah. Well, the position of Scientology is you don't have to believe it. You just have to do it. So, that's what happened with Leah Remini when she did this yeah. OT 9 3/4. Damn. Hostage preservation technology. Yes, that is what the masks are. Straight out of TGAC. Yeah, I thought they were more like anti-vax types. They definitely lean conservative in Scientology. Not that is an automatic, anti-vax thing, and the mask wearing is mainly out of shame, and yes, hostage preservation technology, and so it's hard to tell exactly how fearful people are. But then I heard reports that Davey Mismanige is very afraid of COVID, and the free winds got measles and spread it around. Yeah, I guess for Scientology, the last thing they need is to be known as a vector of communicable diseases. So yeah, you can follow the free winds going between two ports. Free windows frosting classes. Yeah, well, that's a bonus. Window tech classes are available. Careful. This is a zone for Homo novus, not mere Homo sapiens that don't know how to make U-turns. Yeah, the younger kids here, it's like normal with the younger people. They got all the energy, but they don't necessarily have all the backstory that the older generation possesses. Because, yeah, it's... there's a lot to know, and I'm learning new stuff all the time. Like this whole drill at the beginning of Scientology, this, what's it called? Training, yeah. Where you stare at somebody for 2 hours without moving or blinking or whatever. The thing is, like, people who have no background in things like meditation therapy or whatever, they've sound baths or all these things, or psychedelics, or they do this thing in Scientology where you keep your eyes open like that. Yes, stand up, thank you, sit down, have an arm, have a hand, have a leg, be. But you can have something happen. Yeah, exactly, Wolf Machine. Yeah, I mean, there's reasons to have masks. People in Japan always wear a mask if they're sick to protect other people. Yeah, that's great. It's a good policy. But people who don't have any experience kind of altering their consciousness, then they come to Scientology and they're forced to begin with this thing of keeping your eyes open, not even blinking, for 2 hours straight. And they start hallucinating and they feel like they're high. And if somebody's never even been high, they've never had a deep meditative experience, nothing like that, they've never done hallucinogens, they've never, and then they do this thing where they have their eyes open for 2 hours and they're like, wow, that was so trippy. Yeah, this is the real deal, man. It's like, no, it's not the real deal. You stole some stuff from Buddhism and you twisted it around. Well, your eyes just start watering, and so, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to do it. I did Zen, and that was hard enough, and I believe you're allowed to blink, just not move. And I mean, just sitting there and not moving your legs for 2 hours as they're falling asleep and whatever. That's not that comfortable. But to sit there and not even... Yeah, apparently they just start watering a lot and tearing up. And... But yeah, you would think they would totally dry out. But apparently... I don't know. I was just reading about it the other day. But apparently... that's like the first step. You got to get through that level in Scientology. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like everybody does that. Well, yeah, a lot of things in Scientology aren't necessarily the healthiest thing to do. So you did that, huh? So the open-eyed thing is something everybody has to do? Well, it's like taking that level of niacin and being in a sauna as much as they do for the purification rundown. That's not something that a doctor would ever recommend, as far as I know. Yeah, torture. You're an RN and this crap is dangerous. Yeah, I believe you. I believe you a lot more than I believe L. Ron Hubbard when it comes to medical advice. Oh, the no blinking had been canceled. Okay. Well, yeah, because the thing I was reading was from the 60s. So, yeah. Okay. Interesting. Oh, no. Okay. So now blinking is allowed. Okay. That's good. Because that would seem to be bad for your eyes to not blink for 2 hours. I do agree. I mean, what does it feel like deep down inside for little Davey? Oh, nice. She saved somebody doing the excellent. What's it like deep down in his little sailor boy heart, seeing all this deadness? And you know what Aaron's been talking about a lot is that there are all these people from all the Scientology orgs, maybe in America, maybe beyond. I'm not. Yeah, too crazy for Charles Manson. This shit was too crazy for Charles Manson. Charles Manson said, "Oh, hell no. I'm not doing this. I might be crazy, but I'm not Elron level crazy." But to be Davey, sitting there, fingering your medals, and you see your whole organization disintegrating. I mean, why wouldn't you just resign to a big money grab? I'm sure he has gold in Swiss vaults and all kinds of crap. Why wouldn't you just go, like, enjoy the rest of your life as a fugitive in a country with no extradition treaties? That's what I would do. Take the money and run, Davey, while you still have a chance. You might not always have that chance. Yeah, I bet Davey's not doing a lot of auditing. Maybe he and Tom Cruise hold each other's cans. That's probably the level of auditing. Yeah. Too crazy for Charles Manson. The Church of Scientology. Batshit crazy. Ever since Elron first picked his nose, the Church of Scientology has been developing strategy for brainworms and cancerous tumors No, they just get together to feel macho together, to reaffirm each other's awesomeness. Well, there is a true service that Scientology can provide mankind, having garbage cans for people to go through in case they find something interesting. That's a good thing, and we should applaud Scientology. Flag is here. Be careful. Yeah, I'm careful. Oh, right, that's the bullshit song. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, thank you. That is such a lame song, you would think. And I'm not really anywhere near where the song is. Yeah, they copyrighted the music, the goober music. It's so lame. And the thing is, everybody in Scientology then gets to see their defensiveness and the fact that they have to resort to these dumb methods. And also they're inflicting that song on Scientologists. You think Scientologists want to hear that song one more time? I severely doubt it. There's no way. And, well, they're playing it back there. They're not playing it here. And apparently there's some deal where I can have it erased or something. So I will do that if that pops up. But, you know, yeah, well, you know, it's nice to be acknowledged as a threat to evil. That's very reaffirming. And also the thing is, hold on. Sorry, yeah, pretty horrendous. The thing is, what Aaron said about these copyright strikes is that when you contest the copyright strike, then it goes back to them, and they have 10 days to prove. Oh, they rent from Scientology. Interesting. So Scientology does own it. Well, that would be a shitty landlord to have. Oh my God. Could you imagine? But apparently, if they don't take you to court within 10 days, then whatever got a copyright strike just goes right back up. Thank you. They might not charge an exorbitant amount for rent, but they, they would be a nightmare landlord for sure. And maybe it's kind of no pets or thetans, yeah. No, I mean, if you see how they deal with people, and then you imagine if they were your landlord, for one thing, they would break laws. But I don't know, maybe you could use that to your advantage. But I wonder with the copyright stuff, if you're across the street and the sound quality is really bad, it's way in the background, yep, fair game, then yeah, I wonder how that would work. If that changes anything in terms of their claim, you would think it would have to. But also, Aaron said if anybody does get sued by Scientology for the copyright claims, that he will create a big PR blitz out of it. And, there will be legal funds started, and Aaron seems to think that Scientology trying that would be the best thing that could happen to us. Because in that case, first of all, they would lose and it would set a precedent. And also, Scientology seems to want to avoid lawsuits as much as possible because they don't want any depositions. Odo is so world famous. Too bad he can't go in the internet and find out how many people know about him. Oh yeah, they love playing stupid games. And they always think that they're geniuses when they do the dumbest shit that you've ever seen. They just think, they act like gotcha, and it's like, not really, man. Actually, what you did is you displayed for the world how lame your music is and how culturally irrelevant you are. That would be great. Put Odo on the cover of the Rolling Stone. That's what we need. We need Odo on the cover of the Rolling Stone. Make that man more famous than he already is. Or more infamous. But I also have compassion for these people because a lot of these people will be leaving very soon. They won't have a choice. This place is shutting down. All right, that's the proper thing to do to Scientology. Dog shit. Dog shit tech. There we go. Exactly. Lay down a nice big one. Xenu skeptic, yes. Gotta dust off the old Oto's sister. Cool. You're right, Wolf Machine, absolutely. If you play your copyrighted music in public. But, you know, I just imagine all these Scientologists having to listen to that shitty song on a loop, you know, and every time they have to hear it again, having it be like nails on a chalkboard, just bringing excruciating pain to these people who are already in excruciating pain just by the fact that they're in a cult. So yeah, I think yeah, they probably, I mean, they easily could set off fire alarms to escape, but they you know, they're desperate. Desperate people do desperate things. We know that. And there aren't many people more desperate than Scientologists, because when you claim, right. When you claim to have all the solutions for mankind, and obviously you do not, it's like you're putting up a hypothesis and you're saying, like, well, if you heat water to 100 Celsius at sea level, the water will boil. And if you heat the water to 100 Celsius at sea level and then it doesn't boil, your hypothesis is disproved. The more of an extreme or specific hypothesis that you create, the more falsifiable your hypothesis is, the easier it is to disprove. Hey, Northern Ireland. Sisacat girl. Nice. Let me guess, it's raining in Northern Ireland. Let me take a wild guess. It's probably not like this. I bet you it's not. You guys, I'm never gonna get... Nope. Not at all. I'm never going to get tired of walking around in t-shirts all year long in LA. It is pretty much a glorious thing. The most perfect weather ever. And, oh, it's dark. Yeah, well, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, if you make these claims, and they do, first tornado, all right, you catching up, nice. You know, America has really like the craziest weather of anywhere. I mean, with the hurricanes, the tornadoes, you know, we have more different kinds of crazy ass weather. No, they do landscaping very well in Scientology. I mean, when Davey's Slavey Navy pulls out the shovels and the hose, they do a good job. Definitely, got to give them credit where credit is due. They're very good at taping up windows also, uncovering them in many creative ways, which is quite impressive. and we are displaying that to the world. Scientology's obfuscation. Oh, look at how cozy and cute. We have balconyologists. Yay. I hope YouTube knows that, yeah. And I mean, look, I think that YouTube is, for one thing, YouTube's making a lot more money off of us than off of Scientology channels. That's for one thing, for damn sure. Yeah, it is fabulous weather. I don't know what it is, but you know, it's about 80 Fahrenheit today, maybe between 75 and 80. I'm not sure exactly. But if you're in the sun, it feels hot. If you're in the shade, it feels like cool breeze. You know, it's not hot in the shade at all. But it's nice. It's definitely nice. But yeah, then you go right in the sun and boom, you know, it feels like it went up 30 degrees or something. But the thing with Scientology is, even when they make some huge claim like, we're going to cure cancer, we're going to save your life and whatever, then even when that happens, Le Chef Bakery, by appointment to Davey Mismanige. Everybody call up Le Chef and say, why are you going to Scientology, dude? Cisco. Oh, that's like the very pre-processed food, right? Isn't that what that is? 5 Celsius. Oh no, that brings back traumatic memories. Calm and perfect in Mojave. Yeah. Mojave's interesting. If you go north from Mojave and then turn left onto the road that goes to Lake Isabella, that is a gorgeous drive. I've never seen such a Joshua tree forest there. Yeah, the desert's interesting. I've been watching some of those YouTube videos on people that are re-wilding. Yeah, exactly. Although, you know, they're not going to really not sell food to Scientology because they're a cult. Because, you know, I don't think big corporations are that different from cults a lot of times. They're certainly mainly not as bad as here, but Odo Cop, hey! But when they lie to you, and it doesn't work, they are so shameless. Hey, thanks, you're following me, nice. Are you following me on YouTube as well? Thank you for following and liking and subscribing and commenting. We appreciate it so much. But it's like the shamelessness of how they just, you know, you catch them in lie after lie, and they just keep lying. Oh no, they don't like bad press. And that's the only press they're getting. Because, I mean, try to write a real positive article about Scientology. Watch the comments flow in. You better disable comments if you do that. And your journalistic career is going to be severely questioned by many, many, many people. So If you want to lose all credibility as a journalist, do a nice fluff piece about Scientology and Davey Miscavige. That's true. The suppliers don't like bad press. But, what are you going to say? Hey, they sell to Scientology too. I don't think that's going to amount to much. Yeah, those 6-year-olds, they have very nimble fingers. Again, another similarity between the Chinese Communist Party and Scientology is the use of child labor. So authoritarians do have similar tactics and strategies. That's good to see that there is consistency out there in the world, because these kind of control freaks, they love consistency. They love predictability. Yeah, Laura was doing that as a kid, putting together those e-meters. And it was those kids' nimble fingers, that could get in there and do the wiring and all that. But imagine being in a cult where all you're doing is a lie detector test and being interrogated forever. Yeah, the thing is, this side of the building, I don't think they would really dare blast the music this way, because on the other side of the street, it's the Self-Realization Fellowship. And I think all the religious harmony would leave the neighborhood quite abruptly if these meditators across the street had to listen to horrendous Scientology music on a loop. And for any Scientology trolls out there, just realize that okay, Chichichana, it is universally loved. You got me there. Anybody trolling who's not gotten rid of, you're right about the e-meters, yes. The good thing is comments are very good for the algorithm. Extremely good. And it doesn't matter whether they're positive or negative. And each account can only give one unlike, so whatever. Yes, somebody needs to contact the United Nations, the UN Human Rights, what is it, UNHCR or something? The United Nations Commission on Human Rights, where we need to talk about Kaiser wouldn't like it either, although that is across Sunset Boulevard, might be kind of hard to hear, but yeah. I don't think the neighbors would be a fan, and I'm sure Scientology's burnt the council meeting tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't know about the council meeting, but sounds like something I should do. And also what I was thinking, I need to go to Peter Schiff's office. Peter Schiff is the local representative to Congress, and he's a pretty powerful Democrat. So that would be one person to ask some questions to, absolutely. Squirrels are attending. Okay, so it's the LA City Council. I saw the one where Streets went to, the Hollywood thing. The sound was really bad. And, and then he got up and said his thing, but I couldn't really hear what they were saying on the council. So, once I earn a little cash, then, maybe I will invest in the technology that Aaron was showing us yesterday on his channel. Your flubless and flawless needs flooping. Okay, well, that is enough of a reason to be able. You get a whole 2 minutes to talk. Yeah, well, if 20 of us get up there and want to talk about Scientology each for 2 minutes. Yeah, Adam Schiff. Yeah. Oh, did I say Peter or something? Yeah, Pete. I said Peter. I was thinking of that investment guy, I guess, Peter Schiff. Yeah, Adam Schiff. Thank you. Sometimes thinking on your feet get you a little inaccurate. Yeah, the political route. I mean, every time I go by the Hollywood Testing Center, it is so hilarious. I mean, it couldn't be more of a ghost town over there. I think DOA went by there yesterday at some point, and they were slightly open. I don't know if they had anybody out on the street, but I mean, the pattern is like as soon as they see one of us, things shut down. I mean, they can't shut down this whole place because one person is there. All they can do is play bad music. But over there, they shut it down. No, you don't need to give your real name to talk to them. All you need to do is go in and give a fake name, and you don't have any ID on you. You don't have any credit cards on you, but you're real interested. Very, very interested. And then you give them a fake name. You take the test. No, I mean, just tell them you don't have any ID, and tell them a fake city even. Oh, you did? Good. Okay. Can you send it to my channel? I'm not going to be able to see these comments when I go home. Well, I guess I can if I replay the whole thing, but I'll look up Minneapolis. Yeah. At Minnesota, is that Minneapolis? I will look it up, definitely. And I will subscribe to you. You can send it to my email. You can send me a link at Davey Mismanige at protonmail.com. That's linked on my YouTube page. In St. Paul, okay. Yeah. Emilio. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check it out, because we need people to go to all those orgs. And I know you might think, well, it's boring if, you're just recording a closed location. Oh, it's me, Emilio. Okay, cool. Nice. At Sonia, great. Graske. Is that German? Sonia Graske. I knew somebody with that last name who was from East Germany. What was her name? She was from Magdeburg in East Germany, and then she got out and she lived in Essen. Does that ring a bell? Do you have any relatives like that? Sonia? Anyway. But yeah, like I was saying, it's really important to go. Oh, okay. I guess not. Graske. No, okay. I'm forgetting her first name. Anyway, but you wouldn't know her. So yeah, to go to these other locations, these small locations, even missions, places in smaller towns. I mean, remember, most of the action in Scientology, although you wouldn't guess it by looking here, is right here or in Clearwater. And you see from our live streams that there's not much going on here. The biggest action here, Key? Okay. Are you from Germany? Or is that an American pronunciation of it? Yeah, you wouldn't think. The biggest action here is providing parking for neighboring hospitals. And that's what makes this place look more relevant than it actually is. Because if you look at the action going in and out that door over there, there's nothing going on. But yes, obviously it is the fastest growing religion in this quadrant of the Galactic Confederation. You married a German. Yeah. Well, I was thinking I was pronouncing it more correctly than saying key at the end. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. It's Davey Mismanige, just like this channel, at protonmail.com. And if you look on the main page of this YouTube channel, there's a link to it also. If you ever forget or whatever. Davey Mismanige at protonmail.com, and make sure you do IGE on the end of Mismanige. But when you go to all of these locations, for one thing, we all get to see the state of these orgs. You know, because the thing is with Scientology, Scientologists believe what they're told. And so when they're told that amazing things are happening in St. Paul, Minnesota or something, they think amazing things are happening there. And see, Scientology plays a big shell game, a big 3-card Monty, where when they open up a new org, they'll take hundreds of people from other orgs, from here, from Clearwater, whatever. They'll bus them all into that other org and make it look like something's happening. And then they will they'll have them run that org for a little while. And, you know, and they'll film a bunch of videos. They'll do some North Korean propaganda pieces. And yeah, I bet it looks very dead there. I can't imagine St. Paul is doing better than here. You know, although you never know, because some place, I'm not bashing Minnesota, I'm bashing Scientology. And I'm imagining that any city smaller than LA probably doesn't have a lot going on. I mean, New York City has nothing going on, basically. And they're right off of Times Square there. Anybody in Manhattan here that can give us a report on the New York City? I haven't even seen videos. Nobody's even out there. And you would think in New York somebody would be filming something. It's Sea Org, I believe, or staff. I mean, there's probably public that's encouraged to go and be a part of the awesomeness or something. I'm sure something like that happens, you know, wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, Natalie's in Minnesota, that's right. She's awesome. I love her morning recap every day. You know, I get to know what's going on, whatever I missed on all the channels, the latest developments. I didn't see it all this morning, but indispensable for us to see that. And damn, she must get up early. I was up super early. Oh, today I woke up at like 4 in the morning. And when I went on the computer, I think she had already done her show or was doing it, or soon thereafter. You know, it might have been 5 my time, which would be, I guess, 7 or 8 her time in the morning. But yeah, she must be quite the early riser. No, they're not blocking anything. David and Shelley fighting? Oh my God. No way. 1:30 in the UK? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's really unconscionable how they utilize these. You know what they do most of the time when they call the cops? Basically, they're trying to make a diversion so everybody goes to where the cops are, so then they can let people out of another door somewhere else, and then they all scurry out the door and into a bus or whatever, and then the cops leave. So 8:30 her time. Okay. So, well, I thought it was earlier today. Merci, Mathieu. Je veux être un peu comme lui, mais pas avec le politique. Yeah, exactly. I mean, for one thing, just to document the fact that there is nothing going on at these other orgs. And because you never know how many Scientologists are lurking online getting the information. That's funny, Jenna. Looks like I got a lot to review from yesterday. I mean, I can't be monitoring this stuff 24/7, got to have somewhat of a rest of a life. But no, I'm sure it's not that active there in Minnesota, but if somebody's out there, if they can talk to the person running the org there, if they talk to somebody walking in the door, or even just interviewing neighbors around. I mean, you got that Minnesota Nice thing going on. If you say, "Can I interview you?" I'm sure a lot of Minnesotans would say yes. And then you could say, is this a busy place? Does this, here's a good line of questioning for people around that org. You ask them, like, is all the activity here at this Scientology place making it hard to find parking in the neighborhood? There's your question, Minnesota. Ask them that. Ask neighbors. Ask shopkeepers in the area. Like, does all the hubbub around Scientology's expansion create problems in the neighborhood? Is it hard to find parking with all these Scientologists coming around? Are there noise issues? Blah, blah, blah. Ask questions. And then you're going to get all those people saying, "Oh, no, we hardly ever see anybody ever," right? But the thing is, there are people lurking in Scientology. They're lurking on the internet, and they're finding out, "Oh, you went to Long Island. Cool. Where is that org on Long Island?" there are a lot of Scientologists who are half in, half out. Thank you. Please do, Liberty. I want to see that. Well, the non-activity of Scientology in Minnesota can also be filmed. That would be a positive thing. Because when these people that are half in and half out, Beth Page, okay. When they see this stuff, because they get these reports, they get these official Scientology reports that are all super positive all the time. And they sit around and chuckle at these silly SPs that are doing nothing. I mean, I'm sure they have a whole story about how all of our efforts have backfired and they've signed up more people in the last 3 months than they have in the last 10 years and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you need to write to Natalie because she's in your area, and she might not be able to come out with you, but I'm sure there will be somebody else. But anyway, they're not going to do anything. All you need is one other human, and they can hold a camera too. Natalie says it's too cold. Well, tell Natalie she can sit in her car and watch you. Or tell Natalie to get somebody else. She must know somebody. I bet it is too cold there. I could totally imagine that. But, to have all of that documented, I don't know how many of you guys saw the Austin thing where they had to just take that table down. It's like, so there's all these executives or whatever that run all of these centers that were sent to Clearwater a few years ago to learn how to make everything more awesome, blah, blah, blah. And they've been in this grueling course where they study all night long and they sleep during the day. So basically vampire training. And the idea is that they're all going to be released back to their local orgs. And when they do that, there's going to be another golden age of Scientology expansion, and it's going to be amazing. And so anyway, right now, they're probably lengthening the time that those people are there, because now they have to do SP training, I'm sure. Yeah, Pearl Snappy, my new hero. So you're in Bethpage, Liberty, or you're in that area? But yeah, definitely go there, film them, and if you don't want to put it on a page, you can send it to all of us, and we'll put it up. We need to see what all these other orgs are doing, and mainly what they are not doing, because they are not doing much at all. Just feel the fear and move through it. They're not going to do anything. You're going to be filming. They know they're on film. The worst that they're going to do is get up in your face and kind of be like, why are you doing this? I don't understand. But we're all scared doing it at first. You're from Queens. Okay. Oh, I get it. Okay. Yeah, they're definitely more scared of you and your camera, and you don't have to say anything to them. You can just stand there and look them straight in the eye, give them a blank stare. They're used to that, believe me. And just, just say, I love my Xenu and I love my body thetans. And I just figured out that I've been mocking up my reactive mind and I'm not doing it anymore. The clear cognition. And, just keep saying those things over and over. They can't handle it. All right, there we go. Now we got multiple Minnesotans. Yeah, use the Xenu stare. The Xenu stare, it's kind of like, it'll do everything. It'll scare away your enemies. It'll attract lovers. I mean, it is Xenu, after all. If you go to Natalie's channel, there's going to be an email address. Every YouTube channel, if you go to the main page of the channel, there is going to be an email address on there. So, dress up as squirrels. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's right by Times Square, and I don't think they're really doing anything. Last time I was there was November? I didn't see anybody around there. I didn't walk right past it, so I can't say for sure. I wasn't doing this at the time. Yeah, getting that 2D Xenu eye flow. But, if Manhattan can't do anything, if nobody's even filming in Manhattan, nothing's going on, like, for sure. So, it doesn't get much deader than this when it comes to religions. Yeah, exactly, Chichichana. Look, the first time I came here, I walked over that way to where there's a subway station, and I sat down, I got my camera ready, and then I saw there were two Scientologists getting ready to do body routing, and I waved at them, I smiled, and as soon as I started filming them, they walked back here. And I followed them the whole way back. All it took was me with a camera to divert them from their goal. And diverted they were. And they just came back. They went in that door right up there and never saw them again. And ever since then, I have never seen any Scientology body routers in the area. Whenever I come here, I do a little drive around the neighborhood first to see if there's anybody trying to get people from the hospitals to prey on the parents of sick children and people like that, right? It's like, their sign over there, it's like, when all is lost. Yeah, that's when they want you. You can live again. If you think all is lost, think again. We'll find some money at the bottom of your pocket. It's there within you. the power to rise, the power to create. You can live again. See, Scientology, you got to hire me. Curious? Find out for yourself. Come into our lair. We'll tell you everything if you just come into our lair. But don't think you can learn about it by buying a book on Amazon. Oh no, you got to buy the book from us. You can't go buy it from Amazon. It doesn't work if you do it that way. Thank you, Pocono Pluck. My dad, my bio dad, he was a radio guy. And I inherited a little of that, although I don't really like my voice that much when I hear it. It sounds good when I'm talking, but when I listen to the recording, I'm like, oh, God. But I know theoretically it's a good radio voice, so thank you. But yeah, he had some show where he was at a superstation like in the early 60s, and I have a face for radio too. That's why the camera's pointing that way. He was CHLA. What's CHLA? Oh, Children's Hospital. Yes, very close, very close. Yes. Yes, I'm very cute. It's true. I'm just very shy about my stunning good looks. Children's Hospital is very, very close. I believe it's that way. There's like 3 or 4 buildings of Children's Hospital around here. Within a couple blocks, 2 or 3 blocks. I don't know their entire rationale for how they claim they can cure things. I know that they have the touch assist thing, and they think that can cure things. It's probably the idea of engrams or whatever. I'm going to research that. I'll be back with more on that for sure. So like any good slaughterhouse, Scientology controls the movement. The other day, these weren't here. But, you know, all these people, they keep trying to exit from where I am, but now Scientology won't allow that, so they blocked it here. They blocked it with those white cones over there. And so now, you know, there's only certain ways to enter or exit, and Scientology thus maintains control. Ooh, the masked Avengers of the Sea Org. I am going to create a membership level for this channel where I'm going to create my own little Sea Org, except it's going to be a 5 billion year contract. But my 5 billion year contract is going to be even better than 5 times longer than their contract. My 5 billion year contract is going to be a contract that you can put on hold. And there will be no limit to how many times you can put it on hold or the duration of the hold period. So literally my contract is going to be something where you can sign the 5 billion year contract, right? But you could put it on hold for like 30 billion years before you start back up again. The solo 2D assist will be thoroughly encouraged. It will be considered a health ritual with no interest. Yes. And yeah, that would be really good. 10 or 15 years. And then by then, I could just, I'd have a lot of great stories. Yeah, what the hell is 10 or 15 years? I mean, if they could do a billion, the least I could do is 10 or 15. Except I have done a few substances in my time that make me ineligible for the Sea Org. It is a shame. It is one of the saddest parts of my existence, that I have squandered my ability to do that with the old lysergic. Sea Org doesn't take anybody who has ever once enjoyed the lysergic. The e-meters have Wi-Fi. Awesome. Yeah, they don't do that. Yeah. See you later, Pocono. Or you mean you're out because you've done the lysergic. Yeah, I don't know about the details of the fears of the billion-year contract or whatever. You know, I really wonder, people who've been in a long time or whatever, what mental gymnastics must they be going through to keep this going in their life? I cannot imagine. I mean, there's no way they don't know it's bullshit on many levels. Yeah, really. I mean, like I say, if you like going for timeshare sales pitches, you will love Scientology long time. Well, it is basically selling your soul. Yeah, all of Scientology is selling your soul to a large degree. I mean, you know, here's one thing interesting about Scientology, and I'm going to talk about it a lot more, but yeah, a billion years apparently is 12 or 13 million lifetimes. So that gives you a little bit of an idea. I mean, one seems pretty damn exhausting already. Yeah, you're selling your Thetan to Elron. Careful. But, you know, for all what they claim to do therapy, really, it's all very emotionally cut off. I mean, the thing with therapy is it's all about the emotions, not all about the mind. There is a difference. And obviously, we use the mind along with the emotions, and maybe there's no there's no real dividing line. But like when they talk about the reactive mind, it's really the emotional reactivity that's the thing. But, you know, they're talking in that language of the 50s and 60s, where they were thinking about the mind, and society was much more emotionally cut off. So Scientology is all about being a robot and like having no emotions, clearing your reactive mind, but there's no emotional richness allowed. That's why love, marriage, all of that is regulated and all the excitement is taken out of it. And yeah, the dropping your body thing, you know, it's not too many steps between like, oh, what the hell is dropping your body, and oh, let's have a Kool-Aid party, everybody, and drop our bodies together. How romantic. How wonderful. How spiritual. And I mean, the thing is, like, that's one of the aspects of cults, is making up new vocabulary, thetan instead of soul, right? Yeah, what is a body thetan worth? That's a very good question. I give them away for free, so I don't know. I'm just a generous guy. I will give you, maybe that's another membership tier in my new monetization scheme. Level 1, you get 5 free body things of your choice that you get to name. No, maybe that should be level 2, make you charge more to be able to name them. The first level, I will name. Second level, you get to name them. Third level, unlimited. Keep yours in the freezer. Yeah, they keep better that way. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, Mike Brown YouTube channel. You guys just give me homework, man. DM1, DM2, DM3, yeah. We gotta have levels. We gotta have hierarchies. Otherwise, where would we be? We can't just have people out there enjoying themselves, enjoying their bodies, listening to non-Scientology music. That would not be appropriate whatsoever. Get your thetans, body thetans, fresh, hot body thetans. Get your body thetans. Body thetans are good for you. Body thetans connect you with the messed universe. Matter, energy, space, time. Join Scientology and you will be in charge of the messed universe. You will create the messed universe according to the dictates your little slavey navy brain. So, Davey, it's been real. We love your slavey navy. They keep everything very tidy, in order. We need Ordnung, another good German word for you guys. Ordnung, order. Yeah, the SP stories are really the former Scientology stories. It is heartbreaking what they do to people. And, you know, every now and then I kind of think, like, you know, how much can I say about this? And then I hear another story that pisses me off all over again. And I'm like, oh man, I'm definitely not done with this for a while. You know, we got to stay with it. You know, we got to keep killing it till it's dead. That's all, you know. Hang by the neck until dead. That's what they used to say in the Wild West. And that's what needs to happen with Scientology. Let's see if little Davey's spies agree. Don't you think we got to kill it till it's dead? I mean, how's it going to be dead if you don't kill it till it's dead? Well, you guys, I'm going to sign off, but if you could do me a favor, please give me a like. Give me a subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification. You will be informed when I come online, because I don't necessarily like to give them a lot of heads up before I come on. I like to just appear on the scene. Hey, Dave. No, check out Chichichana in Swedish. Damn. Are you getting on the Google Translate? So here's how you say that. Tack min vän, unless you already speak Swedish, which would be pretty impressive. Thank you, Dogs Rule. Yeah. You did look at it in Google Translate. So you say tack min vän. That's how you say that, in case you wonder how to pronounce it. But it means thank you, my friend. And thank you, my friends. Thank you very much for your likes, your subscribe, and your time listening to me drone on about whatever the hell I feel like talking about. You are definitely enabling my narcissism, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Bye-bye.